Joy Guru, today I would like to tell you a story. This story is written by Dr. Bolai Chand Mukhopadhyay. His pen name is Bonaful. He was a great writer in Bengali literature. Now, he was a physician by profession and he was a very kind hearted and compassionate person all along. Now, he did his practice in the, I think, remote town of Purnia district of Bihar state, possibly of present Bihar state. He treated very many patients. Most of them were village folks, though urban people also were treated by him. One day he was treating his patients in his chamber. A middle-aged man came, a middle-aged patient came. And when his turn came, then doctor asked, tell me what is your problem? And he said, you see, before stating anything, he suddenly caught the two hands of the doctor and said, well, how much is your fees, doctor? Then the doctor said, my fees is 10 rupees. He got actually bewildered and said, 10 rupees? But I heard your fees is 5 rupees. Then doctor said, well, it was, once upon a time it was, but due to price rise, I had to increase my fees also. Then that person, patient said, well, I would give you only rupees 2. The doctor said, are you poor? Can't you afford this money? Then you see, before giving any reply, he first gave a mischievous smile and then said, I am the relative of such person. In fact, he was referring possibly a people representative, maybe MLA or MP. And then doctor said, well, you may give 5 rupees and please tell your problem at first. But then again, that patient caught his hands again and said, you see, I would give you 3 rupees. And then the doctor said that, you see, if you are really poor, you need not give even a single paisa. But please tell your problem at first. Then that patient said, no, I am not that poor. But you see, since I am the relative of that person, so please make some concession for me. And then, well, I would give you, 4 rupees. Then the doctor said, actually doctor understood that this person is a very clever person. Anyway, he said that, well, leave it. Please tell your problem at first. And then the patient narrated his problems, by which the doctor understood that this person actually had been suffering from diabetes, that is high sugar. And then he said that your blood needs to be examined. And he took a syringe full of blood and then he went to his attached laboratory for experiment. And after some time he again came and he was starting examining his other patients also. But an older woman was also there. She had her veil on her head, but still some portion of her face was visible. And this middle-aged man, was keen. Actually, he was all along, he was actually watching this elderly woman. Now anyway, after some time, when doctor got the report of the blood, he said that, you see, your blood has high level of sugar. And then this middle-aged man, said, what are you telling, doctor? Does blood contain sugar? Then the doctor said, yes, it may so happen, but you need not worry. But are you a voracious eater? Then that man said, yes, doctor. I am really a voracious eater. I eat so many foodstuffs, among whom rice and potato. He said, these two items are my favorites. And doctor said, you better just limit your food stuff, especially rice and potato, then you would be cured without medicine, without taking any medicine. Then that person for the third time caught the two hands of the doctor and said, please don't tell such. Please don't tell me to refrain from food stuff. Please try to understand, doctor, that we were poor people earlierly. But you see, now I have done enough labor, and I have done something so that I can. So I am now more or less rich, and I have so many foodstuffs. So, and I have, since rice and potato, these are the two food items that I prefer most. So therefore, please don't tell me to leave these foods. Then doctor said, actually doctor himself was also a voracious eater, actually, once upon a time, and he was a very compassionate person. He understood others' sufferings, others' mental, or you can say others' psychology. And then he said, okay, if it is so, then you need to take medicine, then it will be all right, I think. And then that patient said, please tell me what would be the cost of the medicines that you are going to prescribe. The doctor said, well, it would be around 50 rupees or like that. Again, that person got frightened almost and said, what are you telling, doctor? 30 rupees? Can it, can't it be, let's say, within 30 rupees? Doctor said, see, medicine is something that you would have to purchase from outside, and I have nothing to do with this. But somehow or another, he took the prescription but did not leave the chamber. He again sat down there, and actually he was keenly watching that particular elderly lady. When her turn came, then doctor examined her, and he understood that this woman had been suffering from tuberculosis. And naturally, doctor said, see, you need costly medicine and especially foods. Can you afford it? And then are you in a position to afford so much money? And then that particular lady simply got, she was crying and said, and immediately she took a bangli, bangli for wrist, golden bangli, and put on the table of the doctor and said, take this bangli and please get me cured from this obnoxious disease. Then that particular middle-aged man, the patient, said, he keenly, actually, as I have already stated, he was keenly observing everything, and immediately he commented that this bangli is full of base materials. You see, in Bengali it is called khad. Say this bangli is full of base material, it does not worth more than 50 rupees. Doctor, however, did not say anything. But doctor said that, please take it. It is better to go to hospital and get treated there. But again, and then that person, that middle-aged man, as I have already stated, he immediately commented, if she goes to a hospital, then she will definitely die. And hearing this, that particular lady, his crying was louder and louder. And the doctor said, well, you please sit for a while, let's see what can I do for you. Actually, doctor thought to give her some sample files. You see, what more a doctor can do? Actually, he was very compassionate, as I have already stated. But then that middle-aged man, he actually waited all along, and doctor, as I have already stated, the doctor was starting examining other patients. When all the patients had gone, then that middle-aged man again came to doctor and said, will she be cured, doctor? Doctor said, yes, she will be cured. Yes, she is suffering from obnoxious disease, but nowadays TB is not that that dangerous disease. Medicines are available and we can treat her. But it has costs. Then that middle-aged patient said, how much it would cost? Doctor said, well, it would be around 500 rupees or like that. And then that middle-aged man said, actually thinking a while, and said, well, doctor, please treat her. I would pay the expense. Then doctor got surprised. this person, you see, he was debating, was arguing so much for even for his own visit, and now his one visit of only 10 rupees, and now he is telling that he would pay, you see, all the expenses necessary to cure this woman. He got surprised and said, "Do you know her?" And that person said, "No, I do not know her." Then doctor said that, "So do you think that she is your relative?" Then that person said, "No, actually I am seeing her just now here. I have no conversation with her in the past, or in fact I didn't know her." Then doctor said, "Then why are you doing so much favor for her?" Then that person actually, you can say, thought for a while and said, "Doctor, affection has ruined us." Actually, he did not use the term affection, he used the term Maya. He used the particular term Maya. Maya has ruined us, doctor. Actually, you see, we were poor, as I have already stated. Earlierly we were poor, and my mother, we could not treat our mother properly, and my mother was died without any treatment, and her face looks like my mother. You see, and then he began to, I should say, whimper, and said, actually whispering. Actually, he was actually crying, but not with high sound, but he was crying. And then said, doctor was surprised really, and said that, since he is looking like your mother, you are giving so much money. Then that person says, "Dr. Saab, as I have already stated, Maya has ruined us. Affection has ruined us." Maya here means affection, attachment, whatever you may call it. Now, this is the story. Now, what is the lesson, or what is the moral of this story? As far as I have understood, I would like to tell you. But in this connection, I can recall an incident which happened before Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. He was encircled one day. He was encircled by his disciples, and one of his disciples started discussing about Mayabad of Shankaracharya. Mayabad, as you know, it is the doctrine of illusion. It is also called illusionism. It advocates that the only Brahma is real, and everything that is unreal, that the whole world that we see is unreal. This is one of the explanation of this theory. And Shankaracharya, as we all know, was a very profound scholar in spiritual history, and he wrote very many spiritual books. He has propounded this theory of doctrine of illusion. There is Mayabad. It is also known as Mayabad. However, this is another thing, that illusion means everything that we see in this world, is nothing but delusion. The only reality is God, that is the Brahma. It is the opinion of Shankaracharya. And it also implies that please try to ignore other things. You just go on, focus your mind only to God, because everything is unreal. Every person we see, every object we see, these are all unreal. This is the more or less the story, or you can say essence of Mayabad. However, this the other name, or you can say the other meaning of Maya is, as I have stated, that is attachment, or you can say the affection, compassion, sympathy. These are some of the terms which are, you can say, synonyms of this Maya. And that particular disciple has stated to Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, if we mean Maya as attachment or affection, then is it bad, Thakur? Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra had replied, why should it be bad? You see, why should I not have affection or attachment towards my sons, towards my issues? I should have. If I do not have, then I should be regarded as inhuman. Definitely, actually, Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has also stated that attachment, affection, or sympathy, or you can say, these are the terms, compassion, these are the terms, almost same as I have already stated. This, if I say in one word, that is compassion. Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has stated that this attribute has been given to each and every individual. It is given. maybe expression of this attribute may be different from person to person, but afterwards it is given, it is God gifted. So affection, or you can say compassion, attachment, these are by no means bad, these are required virtually. But what is important here, he also added that what is important is that you need to expand this attachment, you need to expand this compassion to others. Then when the disciple wanted to know more about this matter, then Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra had explained like this: just see, a father loves his children because of the fact that they are his children. That is, his compassion, his affection is actually limited within his children. Beyond that, his affection actually does not go. That means his affection, his compassion is limited. So Thakur Anukul Chandra stated that try to expand your attachment, your affection, your compassion to others. That is beyond the periphery of your own family, beyond the periphery of your, as I have already stated, of your periphery. This is what is needed. The moment you can do that, then you would be real, you would be a real spiritual person. You would be really a religious person. Then Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra stated that moment you try to expand your compassion, attachment, affection, beyond your periphery, that is beyond your immediate periphery, beyond your immediate area, beyond your family, towards other. You try to think like this, that the other people, other children are also like your own children. At least try this. At least think like this and try this, and try to expand your affection at least to a certain extent. The moment you try it, the moment you do it, then you are a spiritual person, you are a religious person. And he also has stated that, this is the difference between self-centric person and God-centric person. A self-centric person is he who actually, whose affection or attachment is limited within his own periphery, does not go beyond that. But whenever a person can expand his compassion just beyond that, he immediately becomes God-centric person. This is the explanation of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. Now, if we closely examine this story, then we see that this person, is, as I have already stated, I should say a miserly person, very much miserly, close-fixed person, as we all know. So therefore, but still, as I have already seen that, this person was arguing, this person was debating, with doctor for even given 10 rupees. But then immediately he changed his mind, or you can say there is a change of attitude. Whenever he was even ready to pay rupees 500 without any word even. In this case, he did not, however, try to reduce the expense. Why? This simple matter, as we see or as we have heard the explanation from this person, that this woman, looked like his mother. This much. That means, of course, I understand that a person should have affection or attachment towards his mother. This is more or less natural, but nothing more, nothing less. This woman looked like her, looked like his mother. This much. But this is enough that actually in this case, this person, this rural folk actually has expanded his compassion and attachment beyond his periphery. And on that very moment, he becomes a spiritual person. He becomes a truly religious person. He becomes, you can say, he changes himself from a self-centric person to a God-centric person. So, in conclusion, we must say that this story, as I have understood, this story imparts this lesson, that try to expand your compassion, your sympathy, your attachment beyond your immediate periphery. So, live in love. Joy Guru.